I'm Lynn Randall, and I am a strategic event consultant with Maritz Travel Company.
And Lynn is with us here today to talk about meetings and event strategies and what the state of them are and where they're going in the future. So 2010 was pretty much a rebound year for the meetings and events industry. What are the meetings like now, the meetings that are coming back now? How are they different from the meetings before?
There are a couple of trends that we're seeing as the meetings industry starts to its resurgence. I think that meetings are often shorter than they used to be, so abbreviated in time. I think that there are fewer attendees, and I think that companies are really trying to build out strategies that start from the beginning. So look at who's the most important to me, segmenting experiences. So creating physical experiences for your highest value, the people that bring the highest value back into your organization, and maybe extending virtually for other sets of attendees that could be maybe need the information but might not be as high value to contribution to your organization's success.
Mm-hmm. And what types of technologies are being embraced by meetings now?
It's very interesting. Our industry as a whole was sort of frightened by this virtual event technology, and we're now coming around to people saying, I'm ready to take the first step. What is that first step? There's a lot more usage of WebEx, GoToMeetings, the Microsoft I think has like Live Meeting, those sorts of web collaboration tools to share in smaller groups. There's more streaming, live streaming of video, maybe a general session or something that your CEO needs to get out to your channel, distribution channel, etc. So webcasting. And then I think that we're seeing a lot more interest in virtual event platforms, either as a before and after a physical event or to create a possible replacement for a lot of the content that's delivered in a physical meeting.
And what are some of the benefits of using this technology to extend the event either before or after?
Well, for one, I think I hear this a lot actually from a lot of our clients and people in the industry that the registration process has become kind of boring, tiresome, etc. So what's the next step? So it becomes a bit more engaging as you register people. They can enter the environment. It replicates the sense that you're at an event, so it sort of has that metaphor to it. The communication becomes more dynamic. Your speakers can actually chat with their potential session attendees in advance of the event. They become more honed with their messaging so that the time that they have on site is really using the on-site experience in its best possible format, role-playing, live exchanges, working through challenges together as a team. And then the one-way messaging is accomplished before and then carried again after.
Mm-hmm. And when it comes to proving ROI and measuring, what are some of the challenges in measuring the virtual components of a program?
Well, I think, honestly, the biggest challenge is that you have so much data. So in measuring it, most organizations will look at all that data and then start to say, oh, how can I make sense of this piece of it without having done the first step, which is figure out why this event contributes to your organization's success, and then look for the measurement pieces, the data, build your surveys even in the virtual environments, watch the behaviors in the virtual environments that map to the pieces that help your organization become more successful. And
what are some of the pitfalls that organizations go into when they start adapting virtual technology? Do some of them maybe go overboard and think that they can just abandon the face-to-face component?
There is a tendency of organizations to feel that the virtual component will completely replace what happens at a physical face-to-face exchange, which is a fallacy. There are just certain things that can only be accomplished when you're physically face-to-face. I've also heard a lot of the stakeholders, meeting owners, will say, well, we're going to take this virtual because it's free. And there's always a cost associated with it. There's a cost for the platform, and there's a cost to actually deliver the experience in a way that is compelling to your attendees. So you have to pull it together and build that strategy for the experience. The other pitfall that we see very frequently is people feel that it's going to be much easier. And really, it's more complex. you have everything that you would need for the most part in a physical experience, in addition to an implementation of technology. So you almost have those two pieces together that have to, work as one, and you have to have a real partnership with your IT organization. Those are just a few of the challenges faced by people that are entering the virtual event.
Okay, and moving forward now, how does 2011 look compared to 2010? Is business going to be better?
I believe that business is going to be better. I think that we are seeing the optimism in our industry around that business coming back. I also believe that corporations, stakeholders have figured out that they've missed that communication. What happened at that physical exchange really did strengthen their organization and contribute to their organization. And now that they've done without it for a couple of years, they cut out a lot of those meetings, they're feeling the pain of that. So they're understanding now these unintended consequences of having removed the good aspects of what happens when you pull people together in meetings and events.